Ever since it was suggested that Logan was going to be Hugh Jackman's final film playing Wolverine, speculation has been rife that the character would die. The landscape of endless franchises and legacy-quels never coming back. It's really just PR spiel for giving me a few years, but actually killing the character, even one in a franchise that has jumped around in time multiple occasions, would serve as a strong message that this really was the end of the Australian actor in the role that made him. And the movie didn't skim on that. At the end of Logan, Wolverine dies, unquestionably dies. He's killed, and not a single rock on his grave moves as a teaser for a possible return. Throughout the film, he's been suffering from severe adamantium poisoning and coping with reduced healing capabilities, and in the final, that finally all proves too much. Already heavily injured from an earlier showdown with the rage-filled X-24, Logan takes on his clone in the hope of saving X-23 and her mutant friends, and further, weakened by the come down from the film's enhancement serum, is swiftly bested. X-24 impales him on a log, and while Laura is able to kill the beast with a adamantium bullet, it's too late. Logan dies in his daughter's arms, remarking, "So that's what it feels like." In a heartbreaking epilogue, Laura tearfully delivers a eulogy-based shame. The film she bonded with Professor X over, and before she has the safety of the Canadian border, turns across over Wolverine's grave to an X. The simple act of killing such a long-standing character, Jackman has played Wolverine more times than any actor has played a comic book hero, although Robert Downey Jr. is closing in. It would be enough to reduce multiple generations of moviegoers to tears, but it's not just that James Mangold killed Wolverine, it's that he did in the absolute best way possible. Logan's finale is, quite simply, perfect, achieving something no other superhero film has ever done. One of the essential, but rarely discussed elements of franchise filmmaking is the illusion of finality. Studios want to make it feel like the audience has been on a complete journey, but don't actually want to end it lest that get in the way of sequels. Now, more movies isn't inherently bad, but it can often mean everything feels a bit inconsequential. Marvel have dealt with this expertly so far, managing to mix payoff and set up to just the right level. In May 2016, Captain America Civil War felt like the culmination of everything so far, but a couple of years later, it can be reframed as just a step on the journey to Avengers Infinity War. The problem for the MCU comes after that event. Where do they go from their culmination? This has rarely been a problem in past, as traditionally, franchises don't ever end, they just burn out. Studios keep forcing out new story ideas until audience interest completely tapers off, and even the vastly reduced budgets become unfeasible. As a rule, unless they're based on a finite source, see Harry Potter and The Lord of the Rings, franchises rarely actually end a story. And even in those adaptation cases, studios find new ways to spin off new adventures with Fantastic Beasts and The Hobbit. The only superhero franchise that ever willingly ended completely on its own terms is the Dark Knight trilogy. Christopher Nolan is a unique blockbuster filmmaker in how he managed to tell a story with a clear beginning, middle, and an end, when the narrative wasn't rooted in some previous work. And while the film certainly provides an emotional conclusion for the Wolverine, it really is an origin story of sorts for Laura, a character whose journey Mangold is definitely interested in exploring further in future films. So yeah, that's how the ending of Logan came about. I think it's a pretty perfect way to leave this character who's been through so much. While it may have been a bit more effective if there had been less missteps along the way. If Wolverine's emotional arc was more satisfying as a whole across the entire X-Men franchise, I think Mangold, Frank, and Jackman did a terrific job of focusing on what mattered the most, the character at hand. Thanks everyone for watching. If you like this video, press the subscribe button for more awesome videos. And for more information, follow us on Facebook and Instagram.